idea from your head and being able to put it down on paper or in a 3D form. We're going to look at the different types of tips that you can use to make the best exhibit that you can. Exhibits can take a wide variety of forms. Today we're going to look at how you can design your presentation with regards to audience, theme, and budget. To connect with your audience, you need to understand why your topic is important to them and what they expect to learn. Don't assume your audience is like you and has any background knowledge. It is also important to know the level of knowledge that they have about your topic so you can use the correct tone when presenting to them. You would not present your topic to a 5-year-old the same way you present to your teacher. When making your presentation, ask yourself, who might my audience be? So let's delve right into it and get into our 4 types of presentation styles. First up, trifold presentation. So you've decided on a trifold presentation. First thing you need is a title. The title should be catchy and easy to read. It needs to incorporate your research question. Visuals are also important. You need at least 3, but really, you can be using more than that. Images should be mounted with a border and followed by a brief description. Visuals can be computer-generated or hand-drawn. Remember to let the ink dry before you glue it down. Layout is also important. You don't want to have blank space, unless it's a part of your design. It should be colorful, tidy, and unified. Please do not forget your name, school, grade, age, and region. Make sure it is visible, but not too big that it distracts from your project. So what are some easy ways to make a cost-effective and creative poster? Remember to make a plan before assembling. Remember the difference between typed versus hand-drawn, and keep everything simple and clear. There should be a path for the eye to follow to understand the material. We can pick up inexpensive materials from places such as the dollar store. The next type of presentation style is performance. The list of types of performance styles are endless. You need to make sure to check with your teacher about the specific requirements that your performance will need to meet. Types of performances include poetry, dramatic reading, spoken word, interpretive dance, etc. The next type of presentation style is oral history. An oral history is an example of a primary source, and it fills in the gaps in the story of our past. There are 2 different types of oral history styles. One is topical. Topical oral histories focus on a specific event. The second type of oral history is life story. A life story oral history interview follows the period of a person's life. If you choose to video record your oral history interview, you can use the video as part of the Heritage Fair display. If you only record audio from your oral history interview, you can write up the dialogue and include it in your display along with the appropriate images. The 4th type of presentation style is a digital exhibit. This can include things like Google Slides, PowerPoint presentations, keynote presentations, prezzies, etc. With a digital presentation, there are some important things to be aware of. Try to make sure that you are condensing the information on your slides to the bare minimum. Do not read off your slides. Make sure your fonts are all consistent. Make sure your images are large enough in size that you can see them. Make sure if you have any videos or images embedded in your presentation that you are saving these and providing them to whoever might need to see your presentation. It's important to save your videos locally because there is not always internet access available when you need it. There are many other different presentation styles. Just be sure to check with your teacher to make sure that these are okay. Now that we've looked at different presentation styles, let's look at various tips, tricks, and hacks that you can use to make sure that your presentation is a success. If you can communicate your project well, you maximize your chances of winning. Try to write up a short speech, approximately 2 minutes long, to summarize your project. You will give this speech when you first meet the judges. Organize a list of questions you think the judges might ask you and prepare answers for them. Practice explaining your project in simple terms so that anyone can understand it. Always try to dress nicely for the fair. Make good use of your display board. Point to diagrams and graphs when you are discussing them. Always be positive and enthusiastic. Be confident with your answers. Do not mumble. If you have no idea what the judge is asking or do not know the answer to their question, it is okay to say, "I do not know." Treat each person who visits you like a judge. Finally, after the fair, always ask for feedback from the judges to improve on your project. Thank you for following along with our workshop on exhibit design. Good luck with your presentations!